What did I just watch? What happened? Where was all the transition offense from yesterday? Where was all the team ball from yesterday? Non-existent today. You know what happened? I'm just speculating here. Kara Lawson, preparing for today's game. She got tapped on the shoulder. Tap, tap, tap.
Something interesting is happening with Caitlin Clark and Team USA. And the deeper you watch these games, the more it looks like an experiment.
Man, I'm trying to be cool. I'm trying to be cool. But damn that. Y'all over here because y'all know I'm going to keep it all the way 100. Caitlin Clark being sabotaged by Kara Lawson and Team USA. What's going on? Team USA beat the brakes off of Puerto Rico as they should. It ain't no competition out here. Let's be real. These games ain't gonna be competitive. This is like they playing against YMCA level. This is not gonna be competitive. But Caitlin Clark is being sabotaged.
Because for the second straight game in this tournament, Caitlin Clark didn't start. After exploding in her debut with 17 points and 12 assists against Senegal. And that raises a bigger question. Or is she actually competing with some of the most experienced guards in the world for control of the offense?
Hold on, you mean to tell me Angel Reese done started a game, Paige Beckers is starting, everybody get to start but Caitlin Clark. Everybody's starting but Caitlin Clark. Y'all got me f***ed up. Y'all got it twisted. Y'all playing games. We got people out here not passing the ball. We got people ignore her on the outlet. I'm about to get into all of this, man.
Before we get into that, I want to ask you something. Drop your answer in the comments, because this decision is starting to get a lot of attention. Now here's the situation Team USA is dealing with right now. Unlike most international tournaments, the United States has already qualified for the 2026 World Cup. That means these games in San Juan are not elimination games. Coach Kara Lawson is using this tournament to test lineups, test chemistry. The guards who started the game were Chelsea Gray, Kelsey Plum, and Paige Beckers. And this is where the situation becomes interesting.
Today's night is gonna be Paige's night and Angel's night. Yeah. What a brutal game, folks. What a brutal game. Did Caitlin Clark miss some shots? Yeah, she missed some shots. But in terms of the team ball that we saw yesterday, in terms of anything being exciting from today, just simply wasn't there. It was a snooze fest today.
Because when Clark enters the game, the offense often looks different, more spaced. But the veterans bring something different to the floor: control. Chelsea Gray has been called one of the smartest point guards in basketball. That's a lot of ball handling talent on one roster, which means the coaching staff has to answer a difficult question. Who should actually run the offense? Because there is only one ball, and every one of these players is capable of leading the team. Against Puerto Rico, the veterans started the game. Plum got the offense going early. Beckers found her rhythm. But when Clark entered the game, she jumped a passing lane, stole the ball,
turned the corner. Brianna Jones. Caitlin Clark gets in the passing lane, goes coast to coast for the and one opportunity. Makes the layup off the glass. She asked her teammates, did that go in? Now she gets a chance at the foul line. She wanted the intentional. I think she got hit in the head there, but let's take another look. Caitlin Clark jumps the passing lane.
Later in the third quarter, she pulled up from deep, logo range.
As Team USA comes back the other way, looking to punish, Caitlin Clark pulls up from deep. And those are the Caitlin Clark logo threes we're used to seeing when she's in rhythm.
Moments like that show exactly why this decision is so fascinating. Passing lanes open, and suddenly the offense has more space. If Clark starts alongside multiple ball-dominant guards, someone has to sacrifice touches. Coach Kara Lawson isn't just trying to win, and sometimes the most dangerous player on the floor, because when Clark enters the game against second units, her pace and range can completely change the rhythm. So maybe this isn't a controversy at all. Maybe it's a strategy. They naturally start asking questions. Should Caitlin Clark be running the offense from the start? Or is Team USA right to lean on its veteran guards? Should Clark start? And if you're still watching, Drop Team USA experiment in the comments so I know you made it all the way through. Caitlin Clark might not be starting. Who should actually be running Team USA's offense?
As Team USA comes back the other way, looking to punish. Caitlin Clark pulls up from deep. And those are the Caitlin Clark logo threes we're used to seeing.
Caitlin Clark just did something that surprised a lot of people. She came off the bench again for the second straight game after exploding in her Team USA debut with 17 points and 12 assists. Caitlin Clark was not in the starting lineup against Puerto Rico again. And that decision is starting to get people talking because after the first game, a lot of fans assumed the bench role was temporary, just easing her back in, just managing minutes, just giving the veterans the first run. But when the starting lineup was announced for the Puerto Rico game, Clark's name still wasn't in it. Paige Bueckers started, Chelsea Gray started, Kelsey Plum started, Kiki Iriafen started, Monique Billings started, but Caitlin Clark still on the bench. And that raises a real question. Is Team USA intentionally holding Clark back right now, or are they setting her up to control the second unit? Before we get into that, I want to ask you something. Should Caitlin Clark be starting for Team USA right now? Drop yes or no in the comments, because the reaction to this decision is getting louder. Now here's what happened in this game. Team USA faced Puerto Rico in San Juan as part of the FIBA Women's World Cup qualifying tournament, and this one was a little different from the Senegal game. Puerto Rico was the host nation, the crowd was behind them, and early in the game, Team USA leaned heavily on the starters. Kelsey Plum got going early. Paige Bueckers started finding her rhythm. Kiki Iriafen was perfect from the field. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark waited, watching from the bench again. Eventually, she checked into the game.
Of course, agendas had to be pushed. Caitlin Clark started the game on her bench. Angel Reese gets the start. Ka Copper, Chelsea Gray, De'Arica Hamby, Chelsea Gray. You know what a real vet would do? A real vet would say, you know what? Here's my spot. I ain't competing with that. You know what? We're a better team if you take my spot and I try to fit in where I can get it.
And like the first game, the moment she entered, something interesting happened. The pace changed, the spacing opened up, and the defense had to start paying attention to her range. Clark didn't have the same scoring explosion this time. Her three-point shot took a little longer to fall. At one point, she even jammed her finger after missing a deep three. But then came one of the most interesting plays of the night. Clark jumped a passing lane, intercepted the ball, and went coast to coast. Layup and one.
Turn the corner. Brianna Jones. Caitlin Clark gets in the passing lane, goes coast to coast for the and one opportunity. Makes the layup off the glass. She asked her teammates, did that go in? Now she gets a chance at the foul line. She wanted the intentional. I think she got hit in the head there, but let's take another look. Caitlin Clark jumps the passing lane.
After the play, cameras caught her looking surprised and saying something that actually made a lot of fans laugh. She looked up and asked, "Did that go in?" That moment summed up the night. Clark didn't dominate the box score like the first game, but she still found ways to impact the game. Later in the third quarter, she pulled up from way beyond the three-point line. Logo range, nothing but net.
As Team USA comes back the other way, looking to punish. Caitlin Clark pulls up from deep. And those are the Caitlin Clark logo threes we're used to seeing when she's in rhythm.
The kind of shot that makes every defense panic the moment she crosses half court. By the time the game reached the fourth quarter, Team USA had full control. The Americans cruised to a comfortable win. Paige Bueckers finished with 16 points. Kelsey Plum added 12. Angel Reese recorded her first Team USA double-double with 10 points and 13 rebounds. But once again, one of the biggest talking points after the game wasn't the final score. It was Caitlin Clark's role, because she still didn't start, and now it has happened in both games of this tournament. So what exactly is going on? There are a few possible explanations. The first one is simple. Coach Carol Lawson may just be experimenting. Remember, Team USA has already qualified for the 2026 World Cup. These games are more about chemistry and lineup combinations than must-win results. Another possibility is minutes management. Clark is coming back after missing significant time with injury. The coaching staff might simply be easing her workload back up, but there's also a third possibility that a lot of basketball fans understand immediately. Sometimes the most dangerous player on the team is the one who comes off the bench, because when Clark enters the game, she often plays against second units. And when that happens, the offense can explode. That's exactly what happened in the first game, and it's something Team USA may be trying to replicate. Still, the conversation isn't going away, because Caitlin Clark isn't just another player. She's one of the most impactful offensive creators in the sport. And when fans see her producing at that level, they naturally start asking questions. Should she be starting, or is this bench role actually the smartest move for Team USA right now? Let me know what you think. Should Caitlin Clark be in the starting lineup, or do you like the idea of her coming off the bench and controlling the game that way? Drop yes or no in the comments. And if you're still watching, drop Clark off the bench in the comments so I know you made it all the way through, because this story isn't over yet. Team USA still has more games in this tournament, and the big question is still hanging out there. Will Caitlin Clark stay on the bench, or is a starting spot coming next?
The GOAT back. We got the GOAT back. Caitlin Clark is back, baby. Back like she never left. Tell me y'all saw that first three-pointer. It hit a little more rim than usual, but it went in. Caitlin Clark put on an absolute show off the bench.
Caitlin Clark finished this game with 17 points and 12 assists. That's what most people will talk about. The box score, the highlights, the 64-point win. But if you watch this game closely, something else happened. And most people completely missed it, because the real story of Caitlin Clark's Team USA debut wasn't the scoring. It was what happened to the defense the moment she stepped onto the floor.
Her return game, 17 points, 12 minutes, plus 35. 17 points, 12 assists, a double-double in Caitlin Clark's return game. She looked great out there. There's no other way to put it.
Team USA opened the FIBA Women's World Cup qualifying tournament in San Juan against Senegal. The United States is the #1 ranked team in the world. Senegal came in ranked 25. On paper, this was supposed to be a comfortable game. But before the game even started, one detail stood out. Caitlin Clark wasn't in the starting lineup. She began the game on the bench.
Of course, agendas had to be pushed. Caitlin Clark started the game on her bench. Angel Reese gets the start. Ka Copper, Chelsea Gray, De'Arica Hamby, Chelsea Gray. You know what a real vet would do? A real vet would say, you know what? Here's my spot. I ain't competing with that. You know what? We're a better team if you take my spot and I try to fit in where I can get it.
Halfway through the first quarter, Clark checked in for the first time, and within seconds you could see the difference. Not because she scored, but because the defense reacted differently. On her first few touches, defenders stepped out farther than normal. Much farther, nearly at the logo. That's when the entire floor started to change. Because when defenders move that far away from the basket, something else opens. Passing lanes, driving lanes, cutting space. Clark didn't need to force anything. She simply moved the ball. A pass to the wing. Assistant. Another pass as the defense rotated. Assistant. The ball kept moving. The defense kept shifting. And suddenly, Senegal was chasing the play instead of controlling it. By the end of the first quarter, the score was 28-11. Clark had 5 points and 4 assists. But the more interesting thing was how stretched the defense already looked.
Caitlin Clark on the move, over to Billings. Billings on the left-hand side, off the glass, and how dangerous is Team USA?
Is that a time?
Hockey subs.
Hockey subs.
Kelsey Plum with her first.
Every time she touched the ball, defenders reacted earlier. They stepped higher. They rotated faster. And that's exactly what Team USA's offense wanted. Because the moment a defense rotates early, someone becomes open. The second quarter made that even clearer. Team USA's offense exploded. At halftime, the Americans led 59-19. They were shooting 70% from the field, 71% from three. Clark already had 8 points and 8 assists. But again, the most interesting part wasn't the stats. It was the spacing. Every possession looked wider, more open, more unpredictable. The defense simply had too many things to worry about. Guard Clark too closely, and the pass appears. Stay back, and she pulls up from deep. That dilemma never really disappeared for Senegal. By the third quarter, frustration started building. Their head coach was ejected after back-to-back technical fouls. The game kept getting further out of reach. By the end of the third quarter, Team USA led 82-36. Clark had already piled up 12 assists. She was controlling the entire rhythm of the game. When the final whistle sounded, the scoreboard showed a complete domination. Team USA 110, Senegal 46. A 64-point victory. Clark finished with 17 points and 12 assists in just 19 minutes. 4 of 5 from 3. 5 of 5 from the free throw line. Her first international double-double. But again, that wasn't the most interesting part. The real story was how the defense reacted every time she touched the ball. Because the moment Caitlin Clark crosses half court, the defense stretches. And when a defense stretches, the entire offense changes. That's what most people missed in this game. Clark didn't just score. She forced the defense to play a completely different game. And that's why the offense looked so different when she was on the floor. Now I'm curious what you saw watching this game. Did you notice how far the defense was picking Clark up? Or do you think this was just a blowout where everything was already working? Let me know in the comments. And if you're still watching, drop Clark Vision in the comments so I know you made it all the way through, because this is only the first game of the tournament. And if this debut showed anything, it's that Caitlin Clark might change the way international defenses have to play. Caitlin Clark just exploded in her Team USA debut. 17 points, 12 assists, 4 three-pointers, all in just 19 minutes. But here's the part that surprised everyone. Caitlin Clark didn't start the game, she came off the bench. And before we even go further, I want to ask you something. Should Caitlin Clark be starting for Team USA? Drop your answer in the comments right now, yes or no. Because after what just happened in this game, that debate is about to get loud. Now here's how this whole thing unfolded. Team USA opened the FIBA Women's World Cup qualifying tournament in San Juan, Puerto Rico against Senegal. The United States entered the game ranked number 1 in the world. Senegal came in ranked 25. But even with that gap, the biggest storyline before the game wasn't the rankings. It was Caitlin Clark making her first appearance with the senior Team USA squad. This was Clark's long-awaited debut with the national team, and it came after an injury-affected WNBA season where she played only 13 games. When the starting lineup was announced, fans immediately noticed something. Clark wasn't in it. Team USA started Kalia Copper, Chelsea Gray, Darica Hamby, Angel Reese, and Jackie Young. Clark began the game on the bench, and that decision instantly caught people's attention because this isn't just any player. This is Caitlin Clark, one of the most talked about players in the entire sport. But halfway through the first quarter, Clark checked into the game, and the moment she stepped onto the floor, everything changed. Within minutes, she had already scored 5 points. She delivered 4 assists, and Team USA's offense suddenly looked faster and more dangerous.
Been just under a minute and a half left to go in the first. Billings up to Clark. Clark takes her first shot, and it's a 3, and it is good. Caitlin Clark on the move, over to Billings. Billings on the left-hand side, off the glass.
By the end of the first quarter, the Americans already had a 17-point lead. Senegal struggled to find any rhythm. Team USA's defense was forcing turnovers and shutting down nearly every good look. The second quarter only widened the gap. At halftime, the score was 59-19. The United States was shooting 70% from the field, 71% from 3. And right in the middle of that dominance was Caitlin Clark. 8 points, 8 assists, already on double-double watch in her very first Team USA game. The second half didn't slow down either. Clark continued orchestrating the offense. She kept finding open shooters. And every time she pulled up from deep, the defense had to respect it. By the end of the third quarter, the score was 82-36. Clark already had 12 assists. Meanwhile, frustration was boiling over for Senegal. Their head coach, Cheikh Sarr, was ejected after receiving back-to-back technical fouls.
Ivan, you can see how she has a little bit of a tough time getting that one done. There's a technical foul called on Coach Sarr, the head coach of Senegal, upset, I think, with the no call there. And he gets his first technical of the game. And his second technical of the game.
Nothing seemed to slow Team USA down. Their defense forced 20 turnovers. Their offense couldn't miss. By the final whistle, the scoreboard told the whole story. Team USA 110, Senegal 46, a 64-point victory to open the tournament. Clark finished with 17 points and 12 assists in just 19 minutes. Every field goal she made came from beyond the three-point line. 4 for 5 from deep.
Paige finds herself down low, kicks it out to Caitlin Clark. Clark puts it up and nothing but net.
She also went a perfect 5 for 5 from the free throw line, her first international double-double, and it came in her very first game with the senior national team. Atlanta Dream guard Ryan Howard led all scorers with 21 points. Angel Reese added 6 points and 8 rebounds. But the biggest story of the night wasn't just the final score, it was what happened when Caitlin Clark stepped on the floor, because the offense instantly looked different, faster, more spaced, more explosive. Which brings us back to the question that started before the game even tipped off. Why isn't Caitlin Clark starting for Team USA? Maybe the coaching staff is managing her minutes after injuries. Maybe they want to ease her back into full competition. Or maybe they're simply experimenting with different lineups during these qualifiers. But when a player can produce 17 points and 12 assists in less than 20 minutes, it's hard not to notice. So now the conversation begins. Should Caitlin Clark be starting for Team USA? Or do you think bringing her off the bench is the right move right now? Let me know in the comments. And if you're still watching, drop Clark17 in the comments so I know you made it all the way through. But seriously, should Caitlin Clark be starting for Team USA? Or is the bench role the right decision for now?